Now,
Jack, I had a question for you because there's a running joke on the show.
Yeah.
There's a running joke on the show where when Disco was coming up with concepts for TNA, that he came up with a swinging vines match, which Disco, of course, denies. But you actually worked in a match in Philly called the Crazy Eight, where it was like they had the swinging ropes and the trampolines and stuff like that. Do you remember that? And what did you think of that concept?
I like the concept, except the one thing is it's actually much harder to swing on a rope than I realized. Like, to actually do anything, you have to be really high up. You have to have this crazy grip strength. So I think I could do it better now that I realize how hard it actually is to do swinging spots on the rope. But the main thing I remember about that is it's one of the craziest spots I've ever done. Is we had the two ropes hanging and we tied the guy by the hands and the feet on the outside. So he's like, you're like tied up but elevated like a little bit off the ground. And I did a springboard 630 to him from the inside to the outside. And it literally one of the craziest spots I've ever done. And just lost the time. Like, I was like, man, if there's anything I want to be remembered for, it's that. That was the scariest thing in my life. I can't believe we pulled it off.
Yeah.
So,
bro, the craziest thing I ever saw you do, this is when I first found out about you, was when you were in Ring of Honor, you did that 720.
Oh, the double moonsault, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Now, is that the show where Teddy did the backflips and they threw you guys out of the locker room, or was that a different show?
No, that was the exact show. And I'm always bitter about that because ROH actually, at one point, I don't know if it's around where they released like this unreleased footage, and you can see me in the ring trying to pull Ted out. Like, I immediately, even as young, and I knew, like, yeah, we're not supposed to be doing this. We lost the match. What are you doing backflips off the cage for? You know what I mean? But the Carnage crew came out with a belt and whipped the living out of the both of us. And I'm always like, man, Ted, that's the worst heat you ever got me. Like, these belt shots were some of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. And I swear to God, I didn't deserve them.
But they also threw you out of the locker room, right?
Huh?
Didn't they actually throw you out of the locker room or something like that? Or threw your bags or something?
They threw, all of our bags out of the locker room and everything. And I got included in on it too. And I was seriously like,
you were such a loyal friend.
And everything. And then all of a sudden, like, I had become persona non grata. And I was like, wait, what? No, I did everything I was supposed to do. So that was a very stressful night. But again, they brought me back.
How long ago was that?
Man, that was 19 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2003.
Wasn't that the deal when Teddy did that and Punk got hot at him and Teddy showed up at TNA and they went at it. They had a fight. Well, wasn't that like back then?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was Ted was in. It was TNA at that time, and they used to have this place where they taped called the White Trash Cafe.
Oh yeah.
And then they went down there and like they literally just like caught eyes and then started talking and then stepped outside and like Sabu ended up getting kicked in the balls, if you can believe it. It all started from that ROH show. But I just think those two have personalities that would have never gotten along had Ted not done that, or you know what I mean, like.
And I didn't even know this, but I guess back then, because I wasn't really on the internet back then, I guess he was like shooting them on the internet, like when I see this on or something like that.
He might have been. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say yes, but it just sounds like it's something that would be true, but I couldn't confirm it.
Bro, you always would get heat from being around Teddy, because I remember twice I was going to put the tag titles on you, and twice I didn't because of Teddy. And you were always a loyal friend. You would never bury him. You always stood up for him, and you got so much heat.
I was so bitter about that because I told Ted we had to leave that one time. Yeah. And I think he was like sitting and drinking with a girl or something. And so we didn't take the AAA bus. We went by ourselves. But of course, this super late bus, we didn't get to the show on time, or we got like right before our match or something. I can't remember what the deal was. And like all of a sudden everything got changed and we ended up, I think it was Joe Leader and Crazy Boy, which just because it was Crazy Boy, it hurts even more. But that's true. I don't remember the second time, but I'm sure that there was one.